Good morning, everyone. Leah Dixon here from Port Coquitlam, British Columbia. I am live with my weekly card class to go. Today, I am actually featuring something a little bit different. I normally focus on a stamp set or a new designer series paper or something like that. But today's card class is actually featuring the rugged icon dies. These little guys are kind of lost in our catalog because they actually don't coordinate with the stamp set. They're a product all on their own, and they're best seen in your catalog, your annual catalog. At the very back on page 174, there's a really nice view of them. But if you wanted to see samples with them, they're really tucked away on page 82 in your annual catalog. And when I say tucked away, I mean really tucked away. You've got this whole big thing here on the Brood for You, which I absolutely love. I've done some card classes with it, some other fun stamp sets. And then just up here, there's just a couple little dies and two little cards being shown for you. So they're really kind of lost in this big catalog. So I wanted to show you how awesome they are. They're $40 Canadian, and they work with our mini machine, which is nice, and you can do so many great things. So I see a bunch of you are popping on. If you want to say hi, let me know who's watching. I'd love to see who's here, and I'm going to switch over to my desktop and we're going to get started crafting. So there are these dies. Now you'll see they come on the cardboard with the little adhesive strip to hold them in place. There's only 5 dies, so I haven't bothered to put them onto a magnet sheet. They work quite well on this, and it allows me then to also write the words use adhesive sheets right onto the place where I keep these dies, because if you forget to use adhesive sheets, these are not fun dies to work with. There's a lot of really fiddly bits. Well, depending on what you're trying to do, there can be a lot of really fiddly bits to work with. So you definitely want to use adhesive sheets. Now you'll see that I actually didn't on all of my cards today because it wasn't necessary, but for some of them it really is. Oh, hi, Auntie Maureen. Happy holidays. So our first card today, I love this card. It's just a quick, hey there. You could turn this into a birthday card, a thank you, like really anything. And I know lots of us are really happy that November's over and people in our lives have shaved their faces, but I do love the beard. It's super, super cute. So in your kit, let me just grab my other pieces here. Because I've got it kind of, so in your kit, you'll get everything you need to make 2 of these. Oh, that is my single kit. You'll get everything you need to make 2 of these. Now I don't know where all my stuff has gone. Which one's which? Oh yeah, that's got all the doubles. So that's what you would get in your kit. I am going to work with just this one today. Singular piece. Hi, Julie. You know what? It was a lovely Christmas. It was a very different Christmas. I think that's the story I've been hearing from everybody. It was a very different Christmas, but it was lovely and relaxing, and yeah, it was great. I hope you did too, Julie. All right. So what we've got going on here is, well, actually, I've got a bunch of stuff going on here because I wanted to show you how I did this. We've got 2 different designer series papers, and this is all that you're going to get in your kit is 2 pieces for the 2 cards, because what we do here is you take your guillotine or your paper trimmer, whatever you've got, and you're actually going to cut these papers. Oh, let's get that out of the way because I actually want to cut. You're going to cut both of these papers the same way. You're going to cut them in half. Is that not my cutting blade? Uh-oh. Oh, there we go. It is my cutting blade. It wasn't in the track. So you're going to cut them both in half one way, and then you're going to, this is where it gets a bit tricky. You're going to try and kind of hold them together and line them up again and cut them in half the other way. And so you're going to do that to both pieces of designer series paper that you get in your packet. And then you're going to create 2 cards that look just slightly different, because what you'll do is you'll piece them together. You'll take a set that goes this way and piece them together, and then you'll do another set where it's the reverse. And so then you piece it together that way. So you're going to end up with 2 slightly different cards, but same concept. And so it's just a great way to use your designer series paper to its fullest. So I just wanted to show you guys how I cut that. Now I created that one, so I'm going to create the reverse one right now for you guys so that you can see the 2 different ways of having this done. So with our designer series paper cut like that, it's, you know, it's not overly tricky. It's just a little something I wanted to show you. What we have to do is we have to piece all of those bits onto a piece of black cardstock that we have here. Oh, hi, Jacqueline. Yeah, you haven't logged into StreamYard. That's okay. I know it's you now. Good morning. So I just like to lay these down before I glue them, just to make sure of placement, because, you know, we never cut perfectly. And so it's just, I want to see. Now, how the center lines up actually doesn't matter, luckily, on this one. So you don't have to have been too perfect. Even in your lining these up, you don't have to, because our center is going to get covered. What you're more looking for is that the border you have along the edge and the border you have in the cross looks right. And I do say looks right, not, you know, get out the ruler and make it perfect, but just that it looks right. We will be covering up the center. So now that I've got those kind of placed, grab your adhesive of choice. Mine is always my liquid glue. And I like to just put a little dab on the end of that wider tip and then run this along. My hands are a little shaky this morning, guys. Sorry. It's it happens sometimes. Either not enough coffee, too much coffee, not enough sleep. So today's one of those shaky mornings. All right, and there we go. Okay, and then I just kind of go around the rectangle and put each of these into place. So it's a fun little cut. You can do this for any season, any paper. If you are using paper that has a direction, like the one paper that we have here, just be a little mindful when you're cutting that you're not messing with that and that your direction's going to stay the way you want it. But otherwise, it's pretty quick and easy to do. All right, there we go. And put that one in. So yeah, we had a very quiet Christmas. This was a Christmas where the kids spent it with their other parents. So I was just Noah and I and Kaylee. And so it was relaxed. And then we will have chaos beginning tomorrow when everybody returns and we do Christmas with Noah's family and all the kids at home. So it'll be fun. Okay, sorry, I had to focus and concentrate a little bit there. Gluing and getting things lined up is not my forte. All right, so with that piece done, let's just get this right out of the way and we'll pop it onto our card base. So I have used an early espresso card base that I went and hid beside me. There we go. So I'm going to pop this onto the front, and then because it's an early espresso card base, I have got here a piece of basic white to glue to the inside, because writing on an early espresso card is not going to be an easy thing. Okay, so here we go. pop that in there so you can write your nice message. Fantastic. All right, so now we get to play with our little beard. Now I should have not die cut this, because then I could have shown you, and I'm going to go grab it anyways and show you. I could have shown you the brand new, well, not even available yet, unless you're a demonstrator, the brand new boho blue mini Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. So it's just like our white one, but it's in a new in color called boho blue, and it's super cute. So I should have die cut these guys live for you guys and shown you that little one in use. That die cut machine can actually only be purchased right now until January 13th if you're a demonstrator, or you can get it for free starting January 5th if you sign up and join my team. You actually get $225 worth of product of your choice, plus the mini machine in white or boho blue, all for $175, and no shipping on that, guys. All right, so I just peeled the backing off of there of my adhesive tape because I used my note. I remembered to use adhesive sheets. So I put an adhesive sheet on the back of this before I die cut it. Now, I love adding this guy to a circle because it's really easy. There's no real way to make this wrong. And then you just have to make sure you line it up nicely when you add it to your card front. So see how nicely that just sticks down. It's just a beautiful little beard sticker. All right, so I realized I am doing some stamping on this card, and I didn't even pull out the stamp set. How silly of me. So I'm just going to have to check my wall here and see if I can find it. I just did some reorganizing, and that's never, ever a good thing because it means I can't find anything for about a week. Oh, boy. And I wasn't smart enough to throw it into the pack. Interesting. Okay, well, we might be changing the sentiments on this card then. Because, oh, no, there it is. So this is the coolest stamp set, and I wanted to show it to you. It's called Charming Sentiments, and I'm using it on all the cards today because I don't mind fussy cutting words out, but I know lots of you don't like to. So this Charming Sentiments stamp set actually comes with coordinating dies that do the fussy cutting for you. How cool is that? So let's grab our sentiment here. So for this one, I used Hey There. We'll pop that onto a block and grab our early espresso ink. And here we go. I do get to show you guys the boho blue machine. So pop that on there. Hey There. And now I will just take a second because, of course, I forgot I was doing this card with this stamp set, so I got to go grab the dies. Oh, boy. Sorry, guys. Holiday mode. I am not super organized today. Okay, here we go. Sentiment silhouettes, excellent. All right, so this is the neatest little stamp set because here we go. Oh, so I'm like, oh, that's not it, but it is. It also has some fun extra little features like little hearts and stuff like that. So that one's kind of cool in that regard. Now, some people have said, oh, these are kind of hard to match up. And there's been lots of different tips and tricks. For me, I personally don't find it challenging yet. So I haven't bothered to do anything to make that finding the right one a little bit easier yet. We'll see. I might find I need to, but so far so good. All right. So I'll grab my plates. Yeah, I'm still using my old plates. It did come with me once. But I want to save them. Save them for when these ones are totally toast. All right, so this one's pretty cool. You just line that up around those words, and you can see that right there at the bottom of my screen. And then I'm just going to pop this in over top. and roll that through. So loving having the extra mini as well. I had an in-person card class the other day, and it's just nice having an extra machine. Oh my goodness. All right, so there we go. No need to fussy cut. Those words just get fussy cut for you with this die set. I love it, love it, love it. Because yeah, I do have the patience for it, but you don't always have the time, and a lot of you don't have the patience. I know it gets frustrating. I don't mind doing it. I just sit, watch a movie and get her done. All right, so I'm going to attach these now with dimensionals. Oops, that's brand new. I know I have no. Oh, there we go. I started one. So I'm a little heavy-handed on my dimensionals. 3 will do. Just telling you that right now as you watch me put 5 on here. 3 will do. And we'll peel those off. And this is the only part you kind of want to really pay attention. You want that centered. There we go. I think that's centered. Now I'm going to grab, maybe not, some mini dimensionals. Maybe not. Dimensionals. Where are my minis? Oh, there's a few. Okay, I'm going to grab a mini dimensional. If you don't have minis, the edging on your regular ones works. And I'm just going to pop that out there as far out as I can on the hay there. Okay, so the other thing you could do is I could have put it right down onto the card base. So I've got that, and then I'm going to put a mini glue dot behind the hay. And so to do that, I like to use my Take Your Pick tool to pick it up. That way I don't get the stickiness all over my hands and then not able to pull it off. And then I'm just going to pop that onto there. All right, so with those done, I'll peel that off, flip this around, and I'm just going to let that dimensional kind of guide where I stop. All right, so hey there. And then we're going to finish this one up with some Rustic metallic adhesive back dots. That's quite the mouthful. So these are my little gift free with a $70 order that you'll get along with your make and take pack that of course you can get with just a $50 order. So it's a great time to snag these little guys. If you get your rugged icon dies for $40 and then throw in a pack of adhesive back paper and who knows, maybe you want to add in these charming sentiments to pop it up to the $70. But yeah, you'll make that $50 mark and you'll get everything you need in your make and take kit to create these as well. Now, if you don't want to own these, but you think they're cute cards and you just want to place a $50 order, I am doing the die cutting for these bits for the card class kit. So you'll get the pieces you need to create these, even if you don't, you just want that one experience with the rugged icon dies and you don't want to own them. So there's that. All right, so that's our first card all done. So cute. Where can I put that so I don't lose it? I'm so bad at losing stuff these days. All right. Our second card is one that I made especially, funny enough, for my boy's drum teacher. He also teaches guitar to other people, and I don't have that cute drum set yet. All right. So you're going to get your make and take kit with enough stuff in there to make 2 of everything. I'll pop that one off to the side and grab my little one here. All right. And this is one where you're going to see I did not actually use adhesive sheets, and it's okay. I did it on purpose. So we'll move those out of the way. So I just wanted to show you here. This is just like the last card where you're going to get 2 pieces of paper, which one is this? Bronze metallic, I think, or metallic. I'm I'm so bad with these names, and a piece of early espresso. You're going to cut out 2 guitars here, and then you're going to mix and match them. So here I have a guitar with an early espresso outline and a metallic center. On the card I'm going to make today, I've got the metallic outline with the early espresso center. So I just wanted you guys to see that, again, it's kind of like a 2-for-1. Now, oh, these guys do have adhesive backing on them. Interesting. I don't need that. So what it is you've got all your pieces. So in your kit, you'll have like your metallic outline. Well, and then you'll have that, and you'll pop that into place. And so that's our early espresso guitar front popped into place. And then you'll have a metallic, oh my gosh, I don't play guitar. Obviously, I was going to call it a handle, but that's probably not what it's called. And then the early espresso center. So you're kind of going to piece all of those things together. Now I'm going to piece them together upside down though. And then this one all gets held together by your dimensionals. So this is why you don't actually need adhesive back sheets on this one. I'm going to put a dimensional right here that's going to hold the center to the frame and across the arm here as well. Maybe it's an arm. That's probably what it is. And you'll pop this one down here, and you want to come right out to the edge. So you're grabbing the edge of the guitar. And then up here, right there, just making sure it stays on. So those 4 dimensionals are now going to give a lot of support to your guitar and hold all the pieces in place. Sorry, guys. Oh, good morning, Lila. We're just working on our second card. So I was just showing how you're going to get the bits for 2 different guitars, a metallic guitar and an early espresso guitar, and then we're going to mix and match. So you're going to end up with 2 cards, but they're going to be just slightly different. All right, so now let's start creating the card now that we have that center focal piece done. All right. Oh, and in your kit, don't let it get lost, you do have a little eensy weensy heart. Okay, it's a Cajun Craze heart, and I cut that out using the heart die from that charming, or from the Sentiment Silhouette dies, the one that goes with the sentiments we're about to use. All right, so now I'm going to do my stamping, and I am going to use another sentiment from that stamp set that I put down and lost. There we go. So the Charming Sentiment stamp set that we got the hay there from, I'm going to grab the thank you from that one now, and we're going to use it. Now, it does have a coordinating die to fussy cut it, just like our last one, but I'm actually not going to use it on this card. We're just going to stamp this straight onto our background for this one. And again, we are using early espresso ink, so really not using too many inks on this one. Kind of keeping it simple with early espresso. All right, looks like I almost need to re-ink my early espresso. Yikes. Okay, there we go. So we've got our thank you stamped on there. And I just did that up in the top left-hand corner. Now we're going to start to put this whole card together. Actually, I'm just going to clean that up. I don't want to end up dropping my card into my ink. I've been doing that quite a bit lately. Not a good thing. All right, so this card does need to be put together kind of in a particular order so that you end up with your ribbon laying in the right spot. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to glue actually all 3 of these layers together. Okay, so that's kind of step 1, is you've got your thank you that mounts onto a piece of early espresso that mounts onto a piece of Cajun Craze. And we're going to get all of those layered up. So I like my liquid glue for this, but you guys go ahead and use whatever you'd like. There we go. And that one. So a quick reminder while I'm doing all this gluing that our last chance list is still available. Some things have sold out, but there's still a lot of great stuff left at really, really amazing prices. So you definitely want to pop onto the website and check that out and get some great deals because January 4th is the last day. And then those items retire and they're gone. So yeah, just definitely go check that out. All right, so now you've got a card base here, and the front of it has been embossed with the brick and mortar 3D embossing folder. We don't want to glue anything to this yet, though, because I don't like seeing ribbon ends. It's kind of a pet peeve of mine. I don't like tying ribbons through the center of a card, that kind of thing. So you're going to see you've got two pieces of faux suede ribbon here. One of them is slightly longer than the other. Both of mine are actually way longer than they need to be. Interesting. Okay, so you're going to take these ribbons, put the shorter one to the side. Sorry. And then this one, I'm going to kind of flip this over and put some kind of dry adhesive, tear and tape, Seal Plus, like whatever you like using. I'm going to put that on the inside here and tuck that ribbon around into it. And then I'm going to flip this around, make sure that's straight, and tuck the other side into it. So what we've now got here is a strip of ribbon that goes across the front of our card, but those ends are going to be tucked away and unseen. Now I'm going to, I'm actually going to finish this one up with Seal Plus instead of liquid glue. It will make it a bit harder for me to line it up if I make a mistake, but I do like the strength of the Seal Plus and how it's quick. I don't have to wait for it to dry. So I'm going to just line that up against one edge, kind of center-ish, top to bottom, right onto our card front. So now we have that great piece of ribbon that goes across the front of our card and no ribbon on the inside of our card. Yay! Now, that's done. We are going to attach this, but I'm going to tuck it under first and then kind of line it up top to bottom. So I do think that liquid glue is the best for that one, as long as you're applying it sparingly. So you really don't want thick layers of liquid glue. You can see I'm taking that one little dot and really spreading it thin. And then just wipe off the excess. So I've got just a really thin layer around the outside. And then I'm going to come in, I'm going to lift that up and pop that down. Okay, so just like that. So this is under that ribbon layer, but our ribbon ends are tucked. So it's all, I love it. Okay, so there we have that. Now we get to start adding all the fun bits. So we've got that guitar that we put all those lovely dimensionals on the back of. It is now time to take those off and attach this to the front of our card. And remember, those dimensionals are what's holding all the pieces together. All right, and then we're just going to put that on an angle right there. I'm going to grab a mini glue dot to attach my heart. You could use liquid glue for this, but again, then you've got to make sure it dries so it doesn't slip and slide out of place. All right, so pop in that little Cajun Craze heart, and we'll finish up, oh, they're there, filling in the blank spots with our rustic dots. Oh, I forgot to put my bow on. Huh. That's why it looks a little bit more blank. All right, so we'll pop in here with those dots, and then I asked you guys to put that shorter piece of ribbon off to the side. Well, here we go. You're now going to tuck it under, and no fancy bows or anything. We're just going to loop it around itself and tie a knot. And then grab your paper snips or whatever you've got and trim that ribbon to whatever length you would like. There we go. And voila, that is card number 2 all done. So kind of cool that you can kind of make use of all your bits, because when you do cut out these guitars, you know, if you're wanting it to be two-tone, you're going to have those extra bits. So this is just a fun way to make 2 cards at once and use those bits up. All right. And our last card today, I think, is my favorite. And it uses some new product. It uses some brand new ribbon on here. So I absolutely love this ribbon. It is, what is it called? It's Night of Navy bordered ribbon. And so it reminds me very much of like a cross between denim and our gorgeous satin edged ribbon. So it's kind of like a cross between those two. And yeah, it is just a beautiful, beautiful ribbon. So we're going to use that on this card. All right. Let's put that to the side for a moment. So in your pack, you're going to get 2 of everything that you need to create your 2 cards. And we're going to get started creating. So check your envelope, because you're going to have a lot of loose drill parts. Sorry, guys. Cannot shake this cough. All right. So you've also got an unusual size card base. You're going to notice when you fold it in half, it's not a full card size. But once we add this circle piece on, let's get you an envelope here and I'll show you. Once you add that circle piece on, the whole completed card fits inside your envelope. So that's kind of something important to note on this one. All right, so we can get started gluing our DSP to our Night of Navy layer. And we're going to do that first. We're not going to attach that to our card though, because we're going to do that same ribbon trick with this one before we glue it down to our card front. Okay, so DSP to the navy layer. And oh, I don't think I mentioned the DSP that we're using is from the He's the Man or He's All That suite. So it's some really fun paper. It's got like cars and cool patterns all over it, the ties, some barbecue themed stuff. And then this pack also comes with a full 12 by 12 sheet of like die cut pop outs and stuff, so you can do all sorts of fun things. So I did a stamp camp with this one a while back. Really, really cool paper. So let's put the lid on my glue for now. And we're going to grab those 2, you're going to get 2 pieces of ribbon again. And so again, find your longer one and put the small one off to the side for now. And we're going to flip this around. And again, use some kind of dry adhesive to do this part. Oh, come on. There we go. So let's get one side started and then flip it around to make sure it's straight and tuck it around. All right, so with that done, we can now attach this to our card base. This ribbon is a little bit different. It's not as thick as the suede, so I am going to go ahead and use liquid glue. Okay, so attach that to our card front. There we go. And then we also have a piece of basic white to go on the inside of our card. So I'm going to do that right now. Okay. You need something in there instead of writing on soft suede. All right, so we've got our card here. I'm just going to grab my bone folder and give this a little fold because it's not staying shut like I would like it to. There we go. All right. So now we get to start creating the decorations that go on here. So our circles there. We need to stamp a sentiment onto here. So again, the one I'm going to use does have a die cut for it, but we don't need it because I've used this awesome label from the Stylish Shapes dies. All right, so, and you of course could use any sentiments on these cards. I liked these ones. They're kind of masculine fonts and really, you know, I need a lot of thank you cards at this time of year. All right, so when I stamp this, I'm going to put it kind of more to the left because the other end of this banner is going to get tucked under that drill. Okay, there we go. So beyond grateful. So that's going to go on there. Now we have to piece together our drill. So I am going to send you all the bits that go in your drill, but you might lose some, that's okay. And you might not want to use all of them. Like I don't want to actually use all of my drill bits, all my drill pieces. So I'm going to pop that one out because I actually don't want to use that one. I kind of am just, I'm going to flip this around so it's backwards, and just like I did last time, I'm going to piece these in with my dimensionals. So I've got that one in place. I want that one there, and I'm going to use a dimensional to hold it there. All right. Now I want this big piece and I don't want this little piece. So I'm going to pop this big piece back in. Oops, come on. And then grab some dimensionals to hold that in place. So I'm actually going to do 2 on this one. Now, this is where it's a bit tricky. You have to make sure you catch the edge of the drill as well as the inside. Well, catching the inside's easy, but catching the edge is the important part. Okay, now I want this drill tip, or whatever you would call that. And so one more dimensional up here. And, oh, come on, don't do that. Some static cling happening here that like leaped off the page. Okay, so this one's a bit trickier there. And if you're not comfortable using these big ones, use mini dimensionals. They do just the same job. So now see, I can see that on the inside and I don't like that. So I'm just going to grab a pair of paper snips and trim that a little bit. So I'll go this way. And there we go. And I just kind of cut on an angle and trimmed away what I could see that I didn't want to see. There. All right, so I've got some excess drill bits. I can save these for another project, or I can just recycle them. You know, if you think you're going to do other things with other drills, and maybe you want to do that. So now that we've got that, this is going to go right on here. So I'm going to grab that envelope back that I had. Where did I put it? Oh, there it is. So to do this part, I am going to grab an envelope. I'm going to put my card base into my envelope, leaving a little spot at the bottom. And then I am going to get some dimensionals. And I'm going to kind of hover them over top of where I want them. So I've put this circle so that it's not going outside the top of my card. I'm going to hover that kind of over where I want it and pop it down onto my card. Okay, and then I'm going to put my circle back. Make sure it's inside. Hover that over top of it. and put it down. So you're going to see now I've got 2 dimensionals on my card base up near the top. And then I'm going to flip my circle over and I'm going to put 2 more down at the bottom and 1 kind of centered. And now I'm going to peel all those backings off. Again, make sure my card base is on top of my envelope so it's all lined up. And that circle's not going outside of the envelope. There we go. And now that navy blue circle is attached to my card and I can start decorating and keeping everything in these confines. So to attach my sentiment, I am going to put a dimensional out at the end. And then I'm going to just do a little dot of any kind of dry adhesive for the part that's going to go over top of the navy. And then I'm going to pop that on there. Just like that. So this side has no dimension. This side does have dimension so that it all stays even with my circle. Now our great little drill here that we've pieced together with dimensionals, we're going to peel the backings off of that. And pop this on however you think it's going to look good. There we go. All right, now we need to tie our bow. So we've got that shorter piece of ribbon again. And when I say bow, I don't actually mean bow. I mean knot. Loop it around, pull it tight, trim the ends. That's all you've got going on here. So kind of keep it simple, keep it masculine. I don't know if bows are masculine, but or ribbons are masculine, but whatever. It's denim, right? And then we decorate with our rustic dots again. Come on. There we go. There we go. And one more. Right up there. Awesome. And that is our 3rd card all finished. So it's a little bit different than my usual. We're not doing a ton of stamping on these. We're kind of having more fun playing with these really cool die cuts and doing some paper piecing to put these together. So I hope you guys enjoyed these cards and that you guys found something that you hadn't seen in the catalog before. I know the first time I saw a card created with one of these, I'm like, what? Where's that die? What set's that with? I've never seen that. And I was a little bit blown away by them. Now, there's another die that I did not use. It was really hard for me actually to not use it. I did show you guys a card yesterday with it, but it's this gorgeous circle with the mountains and sun and everything. So this one's really fun. You can use it with adhesive sheets and really kind of cut it out in multiple colors and paper piece it together so easily. And with the adhesive sheets, you can just apply it straight to a card. No kind of fitting it together with dimensionals or whatever. The other thing you can do though is I cut it out in black on yesterday's card, and then I simply used Stampin' Blends to color in the spaces. So it doesn't have to be paper piecing. So really, really cool. And then, of course, the fishing rod for any of you guys who have fishermen in your lives. So really, really amazing, amazing dies. So thank you so much for joining me. I hope you all have a wonderful, wonderful New Year. We're getting ready, well, one more Christmas because we haven't had Christmas with the boys yet. And then a quieter games night for New Year's. And then I will be back Wednesday, I guess it would be January 4th, with our next card class. And that one will be featuring stuff from the new mini catalog that goes live on January 5th. So do go through this Christmas mini. Make sure you're not missing out on anything, because when things are gone, they're gone. And there's a lot of the Christmas stuff that's not carrying over this year. It makes me excited for next Christmas because it means we're going to have a whole bunch of new stuff. But there were definitely some things that I wanted to grab, especially some of the paper and all that. Make sure you're not missing out on DSPs that are retiring. And yeah, if you guys have any questions, give me a shout. I'm on holidays until January 3rd. So we're just chilling. I'm doing a lot of card making because, well, the kids sleep in and Noah's working. So yeah, give me a shout if you need any help with anything. And I'll see you all next week. Bye. Happy New Year. Happy New Year, Lila.